It's your boy SoSo, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of Fight Rewind. This time we're previewing BKFC 62 going down June 21st at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. And tonight we got Markus, Murk, Suarez joining the program. What's going on, Murk?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me on, bro. It's a pleasure, man.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. Hey, before we jump in there, man, let the people know where they can continue to follow your journey because it's a beautiful one, bro.
Man, official Young Murk, YUNG.MURK 2 underscores, official Young Murk. Or Facebook, Young Murk, you'll find me. Or Google me. You can find me anywhere.
You'll definitely find this man on Google for sure. What's going on, brother? It's been a little minute since I saw you, man, at BKFC Fight Night Miami. I saw your performance that night, and I was like, this guy is a star in the making. Like, you have all the tools needed to be really good at BKFC, bro. And I'm just glad that you had some time to join us on the program, dog.
Oh, man. Thank you, man. I know you had sent me a message before the fight, and then you found me. You found me
Yeah.
After the fight. It was hectic, and you found me, and we did the interview, and God bless you, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
Absolutely, brother. Let's talk a little bit about yourself, Mark. I know you're a Miami native, bro. Been repping 305 South Florida all day, man. I want to know what got you into bare knuckle fighting, because that's a different type of sport than just boxing or MMA or anything like that. It's still combat sport, but it's a whole nother level.
Yeah. Well, man, believe it or not, man, I was 355 pounds. BKFC came along and kind of gave me a second chance of combat sports. I thought my career in MMA was over, and I got into fight mode, man. I started losing the weight, dropping the weight, and I started attacking bare knuckle, and
That's awesome, bro.
And here I am today, man. I couldn't stand to see a lot of these fighters say, with 2 or 3 fights that they're pro fighters and all this stuff, man. I said, you know what, man, it takes years to become a fighter, and I'm gonna prove it to these guys.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Especially in that weight class, right? Like that light heavyweight division is wide open in BKFC. Let's be honest, right? There's a lot of good talent in that division. And even that night, we're going to see Yomi Escobar versus Jared Warren for the belt. And I'm interested to see how that fight works. But I can totally see you as a top 5 contender in that weight division. Is that the aim after this fight?
I can't talk too much about it because I'm still in contract, but let's just say by the end of this year, we're going to make things happen.
That's what's up, brother. That's what I like to hear, man. Talk to me a little bit about your opponent, bro. You're going up against David Simpson. He's 1-3, coming off a win or I think about a loss, in his last BKFC. You're 1-1 in BKFC. What are you looking forward to doing to your opponent that Friday night, man?
Listen, I respect all fighters. All fighters, win or lose, man. We are modern day gladiators stepping on to entertain people, and we're fighting to provide for our family. So I respect David Simpson. Thank you, David Simpson, for taking the fight.
Awesome.
For them, man, I don't really focus too much on the opponents, man, because like Bruce Lee said, there is no opponent, and that's how I go into the fight, man. I'm gonna go in and do my job. I'm well trained by world-class boxing coaches. World-class strength and conditioning coach, and I'm ready for anybody, man.
Nah, I can tell, bro, because I follow you on Instagram and social media and stuff like that, and I see the amount of work that you're putting in when you're working out. And you're actually one of the most in shape 185 pounders that the BKFC roster has, right? And I think that's a big advantage for BKFC because you're fighting bare knuckle. It's very easy to cut your opponent, and if you know what you're doing, right? But one thing that gets underrated in BKFC is stamina. We're talking about 3-minute rounds, and there's 5 of those. That's really hard to manage, and to take the punishment and give out that punishment. You need to have a lot of good cardio, really good conditioning. And I think that's one of your biggest advantages going into this next fight.
Yes, man. Again, I train with world-class boxing coaches. If you come from a boxing background, you shouldn't be getting tired with 2 minutes, man, and 5 rounds. We train for 3 minutes, sometimes 4 minutes, and we go for more than 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds. So 5 rounds, 2 minutes, man, it's cakewalk, maybe. Cakewalk.
Nice. I like to hear that, man, because that's one of the things, Murk, that I think is the most exciting thing about BKFC, right? A lot of these fights end quickly. A lot of these fights end in spectacular fashion because it's like you said, you guys are gladiators in there, right? You're putting on these impressive performances where you can actually hear the punches being landed as you're seeing them, see the damage, the gut punches. That's another thing. That's why I said the cardio thing is very important. Body work, you know what I mean? We've seen so many dudes give up because they get a good body shot and they can't withstand that body shot or get up. One of the best in the world, Ryan Garcia, took a body shot from a another world class boxer, couldn't get up. So those type of things, man, like really lead to BKFC being exciting, bro. I wanted to ask you though, with Conor McGregor now part of the BKFC family, right? He's co-owner. You see him doing a lot of promoting of BKFC and this athletes. How does that make you feel, bro, to know that you're on a roster that is really trending in the world, really exploding and onto a global fucking standpoint?
Oh man, there's no better feeling, man. I guess Conor McGregor's gonna be sending my checks too. And it feels good, man. That to see that the company I'm fighting for is taking off, and they really are doing major moves, major motion in the fight community, in the fight world, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be on the stage. It's a blessing to give me that platform so I can voice out my voice and help out those that need to be helped out, man. 'Cause that's my biggest mission. Help out
Let's talk about
the
that.
uniforms.
Let's talk about that, man. One of the things that really struck out to me and for you as a person was how you carry yourself. You know how positive your message is, and how you really try to live by that code, right? It's good to have a smiling face and be professional in this profession, right? You need to be able to do that. But to be a good guy in this sport is very rare, and I think that you're one of those rare good guys in this sport.
Like I said before, BKFC and even myself, and I have a lot of amateur fighters myself that I'm training with, and my message to them is humble in defeat, humble in the victory. But we don't want thugs off the street, man. If you're a thug, you gotta leave that out the door. You know what I'm saying? We're here to create an impact in the community, help the kids, help those that can be helped out, and you have to be a role model. These kids look
Yeah.
up to us, and you have to live a clean life. You have to live a right life, and in order for you to lead by example. Because if you don't lead by example, man, you're gonna talk and nobody's gonna listen to you.
Yeah, for sure. And in this day and age, I feel like that's what's needed, right? You need to be able to show that good face and show that you're good peoples and give out that energy, man. Because not everybody gets a chance to make the BKFC roster, right? We see the prospects all the time. You see some good talent there. You see some guys that don't make the cut and they end up winning fights or whatever. But they get an opportunity to work hard for something. They get an opportunity to feel good about themselves and put on a performance and change their lifestyle and their mentality in order to progress and grow as a person, and that's part of your message.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, I always tell them if you don't have to fight, don't fight, man, because it's a dangerous sport.
Yeah, for sure.
But if they decide to, this is what they want, then we go and train everything. I make sure that we hit up all aspects of the game, and if this is what they really want, then we're gonna give it to them, man. And either you're born with it or you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then some people don't make it, and some people make it. And that's just part of the game.
For sure, for sure. I know that we were talking earlier, but before the mic got hot, man, we were talking about how you're kind of a nutritionist coach, how you keep yourself in shape all the time, and how you like do meal plans and stuff like that. What type of joy does that give you, bro? Because obviously, it's a different aspect for you as a fighter, right? Because now you're kind of like a trainer and you're looking out for others people's nutrition and their well-being and their physical health. How does that help you like kind of disconnect from the fighter mentality?
Oh man, I do it out of passion, man. Sometimes I don't even
Mm.
get paid for what I do because it just drives me. It makes my heart happy to help out the youngsters and telling them, listen, this is how you got to eat. This is how you got to behave. This is how you got to be integrity, honor, respect. At all aspects. I just had one of my guys fight in Spa Wars. And
Nice.
he went in for full class from sportsmanlike conduct to respecting his opponent to putting on a boxing clinic, and even the Nick, the guy who runs Spa Wars, he was like, wow, man, you really were an all around athlete from being respectful to being a good person to being a badass fighter, and that's what I'm doing, man.
That's
We're
awesome,
not
bro.
just developing fighters community, be a better person for their families, their friends, people that can pass on the knowledge of not just being, oh, I'm a fighter, I'm a fighter, I'm a fighter. Everybody can fight. Anybody can be a fighter. This is the point of who can you can be. How can you contribute to the community? How can you give back? because that's what gives you leverage over everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you work for the community, it gives you leverage because you're working for the people. The people at the end of the day are going to know who's who.
Yeah, for sure. It's something that
you already have too many people that want to become fighters and fighters. They want the belt. I want the belt. We already have that. Nobody wants to hear that. Now, what do you bring to the table as a fighter, as a good person, as a person of the community? What do you bring into that as an asset?
Right. And that's what you said, right? Being a champion both in and out of the ring, right? Something that you said that stuck out to me when we were talking personally, man, was that the development of young men, bro. And I think that that's something that people our age, right, definitely needs to start trying to embody more because, like I said, man, you know, it's definitely what needs to happen, right, in order to keep raising good men and having those guys be a part of the community in order to enjoy the things that we do, right? Me being a podcaster doing these shows, you being a nutritionist and a fighter and people going out to see the fights and watch the programs and just helping keep the positivity level up.
I'm not gonna lie, you have the coolest job ever, man. All you podcasts, man, that's the coolest job, man. Like you interview fighters and baseball players and all types of athletes, and that's a cool ass job, man. I love that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But it's a passion, right? And you got to be willing to wait your turn and go through the struggles, right? And work on things and have bad interviews, have good interviews, in order to learn that craft and really try to, you know, help bring it to the masses, bro. And even now that you bring it up, bro, it's like, it's weird that I'm even gonna say it, but like I've had people hit me up on the side and be like, yo, I want to start something. And it's like, I'm glad that you see that and I'm glad that you want to do that. Here's how you can do it yourself. You know, and that's always a good feeling, bro, because it's like you said, you're helping out the community, right? You're not getting anything in return for except for the great feeling of hooking up somebody else, right?
Bro, man, when you fight for the people, when you win the crowd, you win your freedom. And that is my biggest thing, man. You know, every time I step into that ring, I want people to see a modern day gladiator, a Roman gladiator that's out there fighting for his freedom, for his family, man. And I just want to get back to my home safe and sound and see my kids.
That's awesome, bro. Hey, man, I have a ton of respect for you, Murk, dog. I'm really excited to see what you can do in this 185-pound division, bro, because like we talked about earlier, it's wide open, man, and we're going to see a great main event. I know you're going to be watching that championship fight just as much as I am, bro, and hopefully we'll be watching it standing side by side there, brother.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you jumping on here so much, Murk. I can't wait to see you in person again on June, and I'll probably check you out for the weigh-ins as well, man. Let the people know one more time where they can follow your journey on Instagram and social media.
I think the easiest route is go to Google. You put Young Murk, Bare Knuckle, BKFC, and
we're gonna put it all out there, y'all. That's Murk's season coming through June 21st at the Hard Rock. He's gonna be putting on a show in that light heavyweight division. You're not gonna want to miss it. We appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment, let us know what you think, and more importantly, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.